Welcome to Cinetube. Welcome to Cinetube.
Avtar, the way of water. More than before his demise. Subsequently, Quaritch can't recall his end on account of Jake, however, is simply ready to remember the occasion previously and his vindictive mission to take out Jake. To prevent the RDA from taking advantage of Pandora again, Jake conducts an essential guerrilla operation against the RDA supply lines, weakening them. In one of the tasks, Loike, who ignores Neytiri and is anxious to show what he can do as a Nasik's champion, attempts to help Jake in a fight, however is injured. Jake saves and trains him to not imperil his own well-being by being crazy. That evening, while at the same time keeping an eye on his injuries, Neytiri tranquility reminds Jake to be not excessively severe with Loike, to which Jake communicates his anxiety as a dad for the well-being of his kids. In the meantime, the retaliatory strike on the RDA supply lines doesn't agree with Quaritch, who starts a hunt mission to kill Jake. During an energetic endeavor, Jake's youngsters alongside Bug investigate further into the rainforest. Unbeknownst to them, Quaritch and his team are investigating the place where Quaritch found the remains of his people. An attentive Loike sees their presence and rapidly illuminates Jake. An encounter results, and Quaritch's crew catches Jake's youngsters. Jack and Neytiri arrive in time and free most of them, but the Bug is taken by Quaritch, who remembers him as his child. On board the boat, the RDA attempts to pressure data about Jake from Insect, whom rejects. Evolving methodology, Quaritch tends to Bug as his child and furthermore to make sense of more about the Nasiks in return for his opportunity on his side. Despite the fact that unhelpful and ignorant about Quaritch's genuine mission, Insect shows Quaritch Nasik's culture. Quaritch is additionally ready to effectively control an Ikran flying creature as his vehicle. Realizing the risk, Bug's information on his whereabouts stances to their security and furthermore to keep away from another disaster, Jake persuades a hesitant Neytiri and his family to exile themselves from the Omatica faction and retreat toward the eastern seaboard of. While acclimating to their new environment, Loike gets into a fight with Siriaskin Aonung when he makes a harsh fun of Kiri and him of their mixed human lineage. Jake instructs his kid for his way with respect to acting. At Jake's interest, Loike returns to apologize to Aonung and his associates. Regardless, they entice him to an excursion into the district of an unsafe sea tracker, the Akula, and leave him deserted in revenge. The Akula endeavors to pursue Loike. In any case, Loike is saved by and becomes more acquainted with Paikan, a tulkun, a cunning and pacifistic cetacean species whom the Metkaina ponder their significant family. Loike can talk with Paikan through stamping and kills an old lance head from the beast's right equilibrium. Upon his reappearance of Metkaina, Supervisor Tonovari, who became aware of Aonung's misleading of Loike, demands that the past apologize to Loike. In any case, Loike accepts the shortcoming himself, winning Aonung's connection. He is moreover educated that Paikan is an outcast among his animal categories. Meanwhile, venturing out to a branch off of the Tree of Spirits, Kiri gets together with it to meet her mother, but encounters a horrible seizure. She is repaired by Ronald. Yet when Jake calls Norm Spellman and Max Patel for help, Quaritch can follow them to the archipelago where the reef people dwell. Conveying Bug with him, he got a whaling vessel which is hunting Tulkuns to procure their frontal cortex compounds for making unfriendly to developing fixes. Quaritch starts to mercilessly investigate the local families about Jake's region, besieging that. He organizes the whaling group to wantonly kill the Tulkuns to draw Jake out. Loike mentally associates with Paikan and finds that the Tulkun was projected out because he clashed with the techniques for his species and pursued the whalers who killed his mother. Right when the Metkaina learn of the Tulkun butchers, Loike takes off to alert Paikan, followed by his family, Siria and Aonung. They find Paikan being sought after by the whalers, Quaritch, who includes Kiri as a detainee. Exactly when Neytiri does in like manner with Bug, Quaritch at first denies his youngster, but stops when Neytiri cuts Bug on the chest. Jake, Quaritch, Neytiri and Tuk end up got inside the sinking vessel. Jake gags Quaritch into conspicuousness and is safeguarded by Loike and Paikan, and Kiri assembles sea creatures to help her save Neytiri and Tuk. Spider finds and safeguards Quaritch, yet passes on him in light of his hostility towards the Nasics and putting his goal to kill Jake's family over being his father and transforming into a good man, driving him back to rejoin Jake's friends and family. After Nathium's remembrance administration, Jake and his family decide to forever remain with the Medkaina.